origin story that what led us to our training programs, right? Mine was, I was a very small kid growing up in rural Kentucky. Anybody that knew me back then, my nickname was Little Joe. I was 137 pounds soaking wet. I got bullied all the time by the football team, the bigger guys. I had a lot of self-esteem issues, and I just didn't quite feel like I fit in. So I thought if I got bigger, I got stronger, that would fix a lot of these issues that I'd built up in my head. So I started weight training, which led into bodybuilding. I did that for 10 to 12 years, and after that, I moved into competitive CrossFit for 6 years, and now I do competitive weightlifting. And it almost never happened. This past weekend, I did my very first Olympic weightlifting meet. And I thought about it after I've done the competition, and there was a lot of signs that led up to this that I should have been doing this a lot earlier. I'm not talking bad about bodybuilding. I'm not talking bad about CrossFit. I'm not talking bad about weightlifting. I feel with the experience I have with all three, I have a very well versed in pros and cons of each and the benefits of each, and I feel that all three are very beneficial together, not separate. The first day in a CrossFit gym was a sign I should have been doing strength training events. The reason is we go in, we're doing front squats, I put 315 on a bar, and I'm doing sets of 5 with 315 front squats. Now this was back in early 2012, 2013. This is a massive front squat for CrossFitters. So, the coaches, the people there with, the support I got from those, it kind of pushed me into doing competitive CrossFit, and I was doing good. And every year but my first year, even in the open, I was placing top 100 in my region at age 30 plus. Like I was competing with the elite guys at 30 plus. It was very hard on my body. If I would do any type of CrossFit competition, I would always win the strength events. I would show up and be like, oh, there's snatch, clean and jerk, bench press, deadlift. Joe's gonna win this one. No one ever looked at me as like, you're gonna win gymnastics or cardio events. It was always the strength related events. That was the first sign, right? Is the CrossFit gym. The second sign was how I was just always looked as the strong CrossFitter. Once I decided to just work on my Olympic lifting, I've been doing that now with a new coach. He asked me when I wanted to compete, and I told him when he thought I was ready, and he told me, great, there's one in 3 weeks, you're gonna do that one. I was like, okay, well, time to put up or shut up, because we can always be that guy in the gym, chasing big PRs, saying I can outlift this guy, I can do that and that. Can you do it when it matters? Can you stand on that platform with 3 judges, crowd looking at you, coaches who's helped train you, teammates behind you? Can you still lift that weight? I can tell you this is the first type of competition. I've done jiu-jitsu competitions, basketball my whole life, CrossFit, powerlifting. This is the first lifting or any competition I've ever done where I felt 100% comfortable with the environment, myself, what I can do, what I've trained for. It turned out pretty good for me. I don't know if you've seen, but I unofficially broke a national record at the 96 kilo for masters, which is odd too, because when we get down there, I'm warming up, my hip hurts. I cannot squat. I've been having a hip impingement problem now for about a month, and if I catch wrong, it's a real tense in my hip, and it almost feels like it's twisting, and it jerks, and I drop the bar. So as I'm warming up, I tell my coach for the snatch that I'm going to power snatch these, which I do. I opened with 110 kilos, then we went to 115, and then my final lift was 122 kilos. The national record at the time was 120 kilos. So my very first meet, I power snatched a unofficial national record for my weight class. It felt pretty good, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I didn't know it until we get done. We're looking it up. I was like, holy shit. But, and then we went on the clean and jerks. Clean and jerk, I started with 140. I think we went 147, then 152 to wrap up the day. I went 6 for 6 in my lifts. I'm really glad I did this, and I was very humble and thankful for my coach. Everyone kept telling me to do CrossFit and pushing the CrossFit. In the 6 years that I was working on that, I felt like if I gave that up, that I had wasted my time. And I couldn't be more wrong. The 6 years I spent doing competitive CrossFit helped me build the strength, the discipline, and the technique of learning what it takes to actually train to accomplish something, to build into something better. So I don't regret that at all. But I'm very happy with this meet results, guys, and everything in my life that's led me up to this. Like, this was only the first one I've done. I do plan on doing anywhere from 2 to 3 of these a year. The next one coming up I'm going to try is state. We're going to see how that goes. Still may actually go down to the 93 kilograms, which is 205. I usually walk around between 205, 210. Yeah, sorry for the rambling, guys. I really didn't know how to talk about. I don't want I'm not trying to like brag on myself too much without telling you the stuff I've experienced to get to here, to be that douchey guy or anything like that. I just wanted to share with you guys, like, moral of the story is do what you love. All these signs have led to where I am now, but they were always there. You know, people in the gym were always telling me, hey, you need to do weightlifting events. You need to do weightlifting. You need to do weightlifting. And I'm glad I did. It turned out pretty good. I'm looking for the next event. Thank you guys for all the support. I was very humbled at the responses I got on Instagram and Facebook. Thank all my gym members, my training partners, my coach, and everything that led up to here. On to the next one, which is state, and see you guys in the gym.